are now tuned into the Hideas, easily the highest motherfucking podcast on the web. We are live at the world-famous Hideas photography compound interviewing Logan Rose of Shine Bright Tees. How you doing, brother?
Hey there.
Oh, no.
I'm doing excellent, man. Thank you for having me. I know that it's been some time coming, and it's actually been some time. I honestly, I feel apologetic, to be honest with you, because I know you hit me up for a T-shirt with certain colors like months ago.
back when, bro, I think we got started at the same time, May 2018, right?
Yeah, about a year ago. Absolutely, man.
Look at that. And 1 year later.
I'm here.
Yeah. Always on time, never on schedule. Nasir Jones.
Love
it. It's that's A-okay, man. So tell me about your week. Like what you been up to? Like you've been making some crazy moves from the islands to downtown to like just like going on a world tour on these motherfuckers.
Yeah, well, it's really like a local tour, to be honest with you. So I did the Huron Lakefront Market about 2 weeks ago. Should I look at you or the camera?
No, either or.
Okay, because I feel more right looking at you than looking at that. Because I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to this.
Oh my goodness! We're going for honesty, not
perfect,
professionalism.
man.
I'm just checking the framing.
Just trying to express myself honestly. It makes me feel comfortable.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it makes me feel comfortable. But I did the Huron Lakefront Market last year. This is my second year doing it. Sold some tie-dyes there, sold some beach towels, sold some hats, sold some socks, like the clothing items that I make. That was an excellent time. I met a lot of really neat people.
Okay.
Doing events like that, it's kind of like serving, because I also serve. You just meet all sorts of people, because it's the general public. So I'm meeting like people of all different shapes and sizes, and it was swell, man. It went really well. It went better than last year. I did it for the first time last year after about making tie-dyes for like 2 months. I got.
So you went back with a little bit of experience.
Yes. Yes, I did, man. If you don't mind me like plugging businesses.
That's fine.
Leah of Gathering Grounds was the one that kind of put me onto it. So I'll kind of backtrack a little bit so this makes sense. I'll kind of like explain this story.
That's all right.
So I would go I moved from Columbus to Huron. I got a little bedroom apartment over there, and I love coffee, as you can see. I drink coffee all the time.
Support local.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Mr. Smith's coffee right here. I went to Mr. Smith's this morning instead of Gathering Grounds just because I was meeting somebody over in that area. Typically, I go to the Gathering Grounds. It's in Huron, so it just makes sense for me.
Right.
It's Boomtown Coffee, so it's the same town. It's not Boomtown Coffee. It's Crimson Cup Coffee, which is the same company that Boomtown has. It's the same like coffee brand from around to Columbus. But that's off topic.
Okay.
So I would go to Leah and like we would just talk about spiritualism. We would talk about, like books and about like ways to feel better and about empowerment and such and such. And this was when I started first making tie-dyes. And, my manager at work, Wendy, she told me, you should find out about the Huron Lakefront Market. This was last year. This was like around April, maybe March. I had no idea what the Huron Lakefront Market was.
Hey, shout out to the city of Huron. The city manager and the mayor showed Hideas some love recently.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
I took some photos of Nickel Plate Beach. Please keep going.
Love Nickel Plate. But, so I would go in there and talk to Leah, bits and pieces about that information. And then my manager, Wendy, told me I should go, find out about the Huron Lakefront Market. And I brought it up to conversation to Leah at Gathering Grounds, and she was like kind of enthusiastic and thrilled. She was like, "That's my baby, like I'm actually in the process of developing that." And she's like, "Well, you want to try to sell your tie-dyes there?" And I said, "Absolutely. This is my very first event. This was last year, and this is the kind of stuff that put me on the ground, man. That got me more in motion." More in motion.
Put that gust of wind that one beneath your wings, and now you're soaring.
Oxygen to a fire, man. It's oxygen to a fire.
Okay.
And
shout out to the Grounds Coffee folks.
Dude, they're awesome.
Shout out to Leah.
Yeah, Leah's amazing over there, man. I'll get into some other stuff that she does to support the community, but where I'm going with this is that she had given me the application, and this was like almost right before the deadline was due, and it kind of worked out perfectly that I talked to her about that after my manager kind of, told me what the Huron Lakefront Market was, and then she explained more about it, and got in there that like last year, and then it was like my first trial run of, actually selling my artwork, selling the stuff that I do for a hobby and that I do for an expressional and a therapeutical cause, more of a business cause. Because that's what it was for me. It was more of like therapy. It was more of like a way to heal and a way to... it was a way to express myself. That's why I call it Shine Bright. Because, like we were kind of discussing earlier, we're, both in a dark place or have been in dark places, and then you've got yourself out of there. And how do you do that? You beam, right? You be positive. You spread that light. You spread joy. You spread empowerment. Empowerment is crucial for me. Confidence is a huge thing for me.
You tell your people you can do it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. It being empowered is huge, and being confident is huge, because it gives you the courage, and it gives you the strength, and it gives you the momentum to push past those like holding tears that hold you back. That's not even real. They're not. They are real, but like they're tangible or intangible. I should
barriers say that people in society place upon themselves. Like we make rules for we make rules out of vanity, bro. Out of vanity. It's
a strange thing, man.
That's true. I mean, like we just kind of pull barriers out of thin air. Like, I can't do that. That'd be doing too much. What the fuck does that even mean?
Setting limitations.
Yes. And that hinders human progress sometimes. And it's okay. I mean, we're only human. We can't blame ourselves for
It's a learning experience, bro.
Yes.
It really is. It's like you're constantly learning and constantly adapting, constantly trying to move and progress forward.
But it's great people like you in the world with your entrepreneurship that's gonna show like the troubled youth or the people in dark spirals right now that there is an answer, and it doesn't need anything besides you and your dedication.
So to follow on that, man, the word opportunity, and I guess the ideal behind it, and the idea behind opportunity has always kept me going. And possibility. Opportunity and possibility are endless. Those things do not stop. So I have this little sign, like when I walk out of my house, it says, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift. And like that essentially like kind of embellishes that a little bit, that tomorrow, like yesterday's gone. Like that stuff's not there anymore. Tomorrow's not even here yet. Like if I'm trying to put myself into tomorrow, then am I really living in today? Am I really like being mindful? Or am I being mindful? Probably not. And that always kept me on. Like that kept me going in a dark time where I was not feeling the best of myself or the world. Where it was like, well, today may suck, but like it's always possible that things could change. And like that's like what kind of clinged me on for a bit, and that's what kind of held me grounded. This was years ago that like I guess that philosophy kept me going.
That's true. That's true, and it's powerful that it resonates years later.
Opportunity, man, it's endless. It like we never know what could happen. Like the smallest thing could change everything, and like. Say like the Huron Lakefront Market last year, that put me on, and then people kind of like saw my art and they knew who I was, and then little by little people messaging me, hey, can you make me a shirt for this festival? My buddy Garrett that I work with, he bought like 50 t-shirts off me last year, and he was like, and I was giving him like pretty decent deal, and he was like, just do whatever. He's like, make whatever, I don't care what you make, just make it dope. And like I was like, fuck yeah, I can do that shit. And so I just made all these different designs, all these different color schemes, and that's how that kind of progressed me furthermore into developing my artistry, was making all this different stuff and have no limitation. Like I don't really care what you do, just make something sweet. And then I get to hone in and focus and like try and make something dope.
All right.
Yeah,
oh man, that's powerful right there. Like and like they trust your expertise too. Tell me about the tie dye process. I mean, you have like some very innovative designs. I'm normally used to the whole like kind of bubble out the center like type of deal. This one it looks like you got a V. It looks like you got a V going.
Yeah. So I'll stand up. I'll show you. So this is a V T-shirt. If you look at it, it comes to an angle right here. It's gonna be the same on the back. The T-shirt essentially is like it's folded in half, and then I fold it into itself. I draw a straight line up of it. I pleat along that, tie that off, tie it off, tie it off. Then you can put whatever colors you want. I decided to put orange straight in the middle, and then pink on both sides, and then purple off of the pink, and then blue off of the purple, and then orange off of the blue. Just kind of colors that I associate to myself. And they're colors that I like, and yeah, makes me feel good, man.
I like that. Yeah. I mean, like you get that, like you get a lot of personality, and it looks like there's a serious science in it. It might be this mimosa, but not an actual mimosa, kids. But anyways, but like. I think I see people like where the orange
here.
Yeah, and the top orange part of the V. I think I see people like carrying baskets.
That's interesting, man. It's actually a Rorschach design on these, so people see all sorts of stuff. It's called I actually learned not this pattern. Well, I learned the V and the psychedelic mindscape off of a YouTube artist called Crispy. If you want to do tie dye. And you want to learn, I'm an okay teacher. A great teacher is definitely going to be Crispy on YouTube. It's where I kind of got my start and where I got my obsession with this stuff. The way that Crispy, I don't even know this guy's name, is this YouTube's name's Crispy. The way that he described tie-dye was so pure and so like indulged. And he was like all about the crispness to it, literally. All about the color design. And this is where I learned this from, but the psychedelic mindscape is essentially this, but instead of bottle dyeing it, which is what this is, he ice dyes it. And ice dyeing is where you put ice cubes on top of a t-shirt, and then you like have to wear like this chemical mask, and then you get your colors, you dip your little teaspoon scoop into whatever colors you have. By the way, I have like 40 different colors right now.
Yeah.
So the goal is to be a fully customizable like company where people can choose their colors, their design, and their size. I make that T-shirt, give it to you.
Well, I feel really privileged that you got already let me do. Guys, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but like I actually got like a real. I can attest to the customizability of Shine Bright tees greatly. Please keep going. My fault.
Thank you, man. No, you're good. You're good. I got this shirt here too, man. I'm definitely gonna pull this bad boy out so you guys can see. So Kevin hit me up and he wanted kind of like some Cavs colors, you know, like a nice soft orange, a baby blue. I don't have baby blue. I have robin's egg blue. It's a very beautiful sky type blue and black. So I thought to do a spiral with orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue all around it, and then use a black spider effect because I just think it looks dope as shit. People say they like it. So, yeah, man.
Approved.
And I try to like be very controlled when I apply color. That way it's as intentful as possible because this thing's an intention thing. Tie dye is intention. I had this
a crazy portal.
Yeah, it's infinity, man.
Fuck.
It's infinity. It goes this direction forever, and it spirals out forever.
That's a Hideas mindset.
It's infinite,
shit.
man. It's supposed to be infinite.
Shit.
Yeah, man. This is yours.
Oh my god.
This is a gift, man. This is a gift. Yeah, man. Just wear it, rock it. Hope you love it. That's my goal, man. I like your reaction is great, man.
Thank you. Oh my god.
You getting the white tee off? You're gonna put on? Yes, please,
yes.
man.
This is going on right now.
I take that home with me, wash it, tie dye it.
This shit is fire, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a couple more for the team, and I'm gonna need some for the Hideas model Hideas models to pose in.
It looks good, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Those colors fit you too.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like this is Hideas all to the core.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Don't say that,
bro. Thank you. But tell me, so Crispy, he had a large hand in your influence.
Huge.
Him and Leah. Like, what else? Like, really, like, kind of drew you towards towards Hideas.
Let me think about that, man. I think honestly, I feel just the colors. I feel just being able to express myself with colors was very beneficial for me, man. Very beneficial. I lost my mom a few years ago, and that shit crushed me. And it was rough, dude. It was really rough. And like, no, you're good. And she's in a much better place. She was in a lot of pain. So like, she's like, her physical body is no longer an ailment or pain. She's no longer like having those sensations, and now she's in a place of brilliant light. Right, so thank you, man. Thank you, and it's taken me a while to get that.
Sound like she had a huge positive influence on your life.
A lot.
She sound like my mom.
A lot, man. My mom was a very compassionate, loving, kind, giving human being by nature, and I feel like I was bequeathed that when I was born, and so I've always expressed myself with, like, say, music. I've always been into music. You know, she taught me how to play. I got these little music moon notes. I started playing piano when I was 16. If you guys know me on there, like, if you ever heard me at, like, a music store, I play piano. I'm automatically drawn to it. If you had a piano right there, I probably wouldn't even be paying attention to this shit. My ADD would have me, like, on the piano, just, like, playing the keys.
That's all right.
I've always been about that, man. I played guitar for a bit, too. You know, so I've always expressed myself through music and a little bit with art. Like, I took art in high school, my freshman year, my sophomore year, my senior year, or junior year. I like art. I like, expressing and making stuff. I fell off for a bit out of high school, still played piano here and there, just being a dumb, teenager. You kind of get your head off topic and, like, away off the path for a bit. Now I'm back on it, thankfully. And, so I was making tie-dyes with a friend of mine, and it was such a good feeling. It kind of slows down time. You get into, like, a quote-unquote, like, a flow state. Like, say, like, if you play music or, like, you with your photography. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's times where you don't even think about time. You kind of like where, like, a good conversation could go, where you're not worried about your phone, You're not worried about what's next. You're like
separated.
Man, you're in that moment.
Yeah, but that's what culture does for you.
It's awesome. I love it, and tie-dye is like, so I was doing tie-dyes, and, like, this was before I, like, even did Shine Bright, and they sucked. Like, all the color would, like, rinse out. I was, like, using stuff from Walmart, and, like, I use Dharma Trading Company, by the way. If you ever want to do your own, definitely order off Dharma Trading Company. It's a professional tie-dyeing company that's been doing it since the late 60s, and they specialize with fabrics, techniques, tools, colors, you name it. Like, they're the plug for tie-dyes. And this was before I, like, learned about that company. I learned that from Crispy, like, the colors that he uses. And they were horrible. And I was like, man, I want to get good at this. Like, this made me feel so good. And, like, I like making all these different designs and colors. It was interesting, man. Like, with painting is, like, you're taking what's here and you're taking your emotions and, like, how you feel. And you're not really trying to do anything on a canvas. It's just you're trying to get your feelings out. You're trying to get your expression out. You're trying to get your energy, per se. Not even your energy. Is you're getting your energy out. You're transferring that shit from here onto something else using your tool, your hands.